Lego. Lego.
Play.
Yeah. Big bags, big checks all summer with a big bag. Big checks all summer with a bad bag. She a gangster and a woman, she get real classy. Waivers needed no discussion, she get real nasty. For real when I don't own it. Big bags, big checks all summer. Big bags, big checks all summer with a bad bag. She a gangster and a woman.
Big bags, big coops all summer. Your man's bumming, hit him with a bag of something. Big gun.
Play.
What's up? What's fly? And what's happening? Welcome back, inmates. You're tuned in to another episode of Behind Bars, the podcast that goes behind the bars of local and international artists, as well as discusses the culture in real time. Because as I always say, a life lived, it's a bar. I am your hostess with the mostest. I'm Miss Playmont, and I'm back. And we excited once again because I'm always excited when we got a guest. Listen, y'all know how I am about guests. But I'm really excited about this guest because I know that he's going to have some good insight for us today. Listen, I'm going to omit playtime this week because I've been on y'all head the last couple weeks. I've been on y'all head the last couple weeks, so I'm going to let y'all breathe. Stall him out, Debo. I'm going to stall y'all out this week on playtime. But I do just want to always remind you all to make sure that you are following Behind Bars discussion page, obviously, that you're subscribed to our YouTube page, Behind Bars Podcast, and that you follow us on Instagram. I need my Instagram clout to get lifted up, y'all. Big Play Ma, we on Instagram. Follow us there. And also on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, and Amazon Music. The podcast is on all those platforms. Make sure you go and follow us there where you can listen to the episodes. And then don't forget on Tuesday, so tomorrow, you will be able to listen to this same podcast on the Block 105 radio. And I'll have instructions on how you can get that. You can hear us 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, every Tuesday there. Y'all give it up for that. But now we got to get to what we came to do, and we got to introduce this guest. We got a guest coming in, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this because this young man is indeed a thinker. Joining Behind Bars this evening, he is the host of Windows Still Podcast, as well as the branding expert and overseer of social media activities. You may recall he was the on-air personality and promotions director at McDonald Broadcasting for several years. He was the music director for Easy 93.3 WSLA. He specializes in broadcast media and branding and is an artist in his own right. He is a father. He is a phenomenal example and representation for our community. I want you to give a warm Behind Bars welcome to Mr. K.C. McIntosh.
Gang. Say no.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you come on the screen. I hope y'all seen that. As y'all watching, that's how you come on the screen. What's up, KC?
What's the deal? First and foremost, thank you for being allowing me to be on the platform as a fellow content creator. I already know, you know what I'm saying, the work that goes behind the scenes to get a show together and, you know, the consistency and everything. So congratulations on everything you got going on, and thank you again for letting me be here.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming because, again, I know this is your wheelhouse. This is actually what you do. This is what you specialize in. This is what you studied. This is what you got papers to do. So we are honored to have you here. And we're going to jump right into it. But I always say before we get started, shout your people out. I don't want nobody to be mad at you. Plus, I want them to know how much you appreciate them.
Oh, my peoples. Oh man, shout out to my dad, shout out to my mom, shout out to my mom Tracy, shout out to my brother Antoine Khadijah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what it is, man. You about to know what it is, man. Cuz you know how rappers do. I'm trying to put on that.
That's how they do.
So the rappers say, you know, you already know what it is, man. So they already know.
Be like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Tell
I
me.
really don't, but you know.
No, for real. Shout out to them. Shout out to all of them because them is my peoples. I know I don't want people to think I'm being partial or anything, but these is my folks. I can't help it that I got a lot of fly folks in my family. Y'all don't hate. Congratulate. So I thought that you would be the perfect person to look at this song that we're looking at today for a couple of reasons. Once I found, you was keeping a secret from me. I didn't know that you had bars. I just come across you one day in a car rapping. I'm like, what Macintosh doing? What is he doing? I was like, I didn't know he rapped. So then I went through the archives. I said, okay, yeah, he was doing this a long time ago. So, but also because I know you are a critical thinker. Because when you talk about the artists like Talib, I mean, what else can you say? I mean, those of you that know bars, that know rap, that know hip hop culture in general, he to me is at the top of these lists, and I don't think he get enough credit for what it is that he do. So, Get By is the song that we looking at, KC.
Got you. All right.
I'm going to break it up into two pieces. I'm going to play this first clip, and then we're going to stop, and then we're going to kind of dissect that a little bit. Cool?
All right, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. We sell crack to our own out the back of our homes. We smell the musk of the dusk and the crack of the dawn. We go through episodes too, like Attack of the Clones. What till we break a back and you hear the crack of the bone. To get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. We commute to computer, spirits stay mute while your ego spread rumors. We survivalists turn to consumers. Just to get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. You ask why some people gotta live in a trailer, cause like a sailor I paint a picture with the pen like Norman Mailer. Me and Weller raised 3 daughters all by herself with no help. I think about the struggle and to find the strength in myself. These words melt in my mouth, they hot like the jail cell in the south. Before my nigga Core bailed me out. To get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. We do or die like best stars. See the red sky out the window of the red eye. Let the lead fly on some G-rap shit. Living the lead die more.
I woke up feeling brand new. I jumped up feeling my highs and my lows and my soul and my goals. Just to stop smoking and stop drinking. But I've been thinking that my reasons just to get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by.
Oh man,
Another vibe.
I love that song.
Yeah,
I love
for real.
that song. Listen, what do are you a Talib fan? You like Talib?
Man, nope. I'm just
Don't like him, huh?
No, I'm gonna say it like this. I like that song and maybe a few other songs. I'm not checking for Talib Kweli. I don't know. I can name not one single album. And he talks a lot of trash on Twitter too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, this is why I don't follow people on. This is why I don't follow people on social media. But
no, that's real.
And you keeping it real because if I'm being honest, I probably don't know 3 of his songs, but I do know that he is a wordsmith. That's what I do know. You know,
yep, exactly.
So
I give him that.
I don't have to be a fan to appreciate people that have a lyrical skill, and he definitely has that. So this work breaks out. We're gonna have to talk about what he be saying on Twitter later too at some point. But listen, so he come right out on this song. We sell crack to our own out the back of our homes. We smell the musk of the dusk and the crack of the dawn. We go through episodes too, like Attack of the Clones. Work till we break a bag and you hear the crack of a bone. Listen.
I hear you.
Hey, Talib spitting. So we look at these first two bars. We sell crack to our own out the back of our homes. And he going, we smell the musk of the dust and the crack of the dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's saying this is what we doing. We selling crack to our own people out the back of our own houses. It's so much wrong with this. But is it ever a case where you can say you understand a person that's in that position?
And when you say in that position, you mean somebody who's selling crack to their own?
Yeah.
All right, so I want to break this down all the way, right? When you say crack to our own, when we say our own, are we referring to race? Are we referring to people specifically within the community, no matter of race? What are we talking about?
I should have prefaced this before I even started.
Are you good?
I'm always talking about us as a people. That's the only thing I'm talking about. I'm rarely addressing outside cultures when I'm talking about us and what plagues us. I mean us as a people.
You're not specific.
As a people. Black people.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, you want me to say black people?
All right.
Those the citizens of
I don't want to make
Zamunda.
I don't want to make assumptions. That's one of the four agreements, right? So I want to make clear, right? I could have took my own perspective on that, but I'll say this: it's all about proximity at the end of the day. When it comes to selling drugs, when it comes to crimes of violence and things like that, all of that is within proximity. It's rare that a person is going to drive across town or across state to commit a crime or sell drugs to somebody else or whatever the case may be. So with that being said, if you live around black people, you're probably going to sell to some black people or whatever the case may be. Or you're going to do violent crimes to black people. So do I agree with it? No. Do I understand it? Yes. I get it.
Let me give you this pushback though, because I know I get what you're saying and I agree. Because I that's why I always say the whole black on black crime thing is nonsense. Mm-hmm. Every person that committed crime generally against people of their own race. Right. But just the same way we say if we're gonna sell crack, we're gonna sell it to people in proximity, the people of our own. If we're gonna commit crime, we're gonna do it to the people. How come when it comes time to spend money, we don't have no problem going outside of our community to do that? All the money that we spend generally is spent outside of our community. Like we do so many things out of our community. I just think at some point we got to start adopting that same mentality when it comes to these other things. You know what I'm saying? Like
I agree. Yeah.
We can say it's proximity, but we leave our proximity to do a lot of things that we should do in our community. But then we stay in our community and do all the negative stuff.
I'm glad we kind of got to this, and I don't want to veer too far off from where we are. But essentially, this is a whole nother conversation. But essentially, I think that's, I don't want to say a rumor, but I think that's a whole misconception also. Once again, it's about proximity. I'll give you a perfect example. Being in South Haven, right? Living in the zone. There's not too many black businesses per se. We got Pigs that was right there, right? That's black owned. We went there. That was literally within proximity. We went there. You know, we supporting them, doing whatever. But other than that, if we needed a car, if we needed food or whatever the case may be, you had to go to these other places, and more than likely it's going to be a white person or someone of another race that owns it. And I'm talking about specifically in South Haven, Michigan right now. So with that being said, I feel like this. There's a big misconception that a lot of black people in our community say black people don't do this or we need to do that. And there are a lot of things that we could do. One, it goes, a lot of people like to compare it to the standards of other races. We're not them.
No.
So our standards
they're not like
completely
us.
Different. Correct.
Right.
And then getting back to it, other than that, I feel like a lot of black people are now literally putting in that effort to do that. Shop black, support black, things of that nature. People, supporting, businesses like mine that make apparel and they actually go to our website. You know what I'm saying? So
shout it out. Don't stop right there. Shout it out.
Team Elite, come on now. I throw it up there. But just to bring it full circle overall, I think we could do better. We as in black people, we could do better as supporting black people rather than selling crack to our own. But at the same time, I don't want to continuously push the narrative that we don't.
And I'm right there with
Not
you.
to say
KC.
that you are, but I just like to put that out there.
I like that because I agree too. Because like you say, this is the reason I said, because I know we can do it, because I see us doing it
for sure,
every day. Sure. I see us doing it. I see, you know, it was easier to do when I was in like here and when I was in Kalamazoo than it was when I was in South Haven. But because obviously there was more black businesses around and you could get to them. But like, I see us making the effort, going the extra mile, even when it's not convenient to support black business. So I do agree. But I also think it expands beyond local businesses. For example, do you remember, I don't know if you're too young to remember this, but you remember when we wore FUBU?
Yeah.
We wore FUBU.
Yeah.
And that was the stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
For us, by us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But somewhere along the line, it clicked in our heads that, oh, but if an Italian person make it, is better. And if it's, you know what I mean? So even on that level, to where even if we go into a store that's not black owned, let's start trying to support some of the black designers and stuff like that, just to kind of keep our dollars circulating a little bit. But you're right, we is off topic. But that's a good point that I like to bring up.
Can I make this last line real quick? Just to say this. One, with the FUBU thing, Damon John. I follow him also, and I actually watch him because he is the creator of FUBU, him and his boys. Yeah. And I like his story. But overall, he speaks to why he feels FUBU failed. And ultimately, it was oversaturation.
Yeah.
Oversaturation is what he kind of blamed it on. So I don't want to necessarily blame that on black people. Fashion is trendy anyway. So labels are going to come and go all the time. If you design it that way though, because I don't like trendy clothes. I always tell people, I don't want you to be able to look at a picture of me and say, I know that's $19.99. You know what I'm saying? I want to wear something that's timeless. So I think if we start doing stuff with that mindset, that helps too. If you are, unfortunately, getting back to the lyrics, if you are selling crack to your own in the hood, technically you supporting a black business in a way, right? Everybody, let's say, I'm gonna be honest. There's about 13% of the entire population is going to do drugs, whether you want to admit it or not.
See, I'm not letting you do that.
Get drugs from somewhere. Support black business. I'm sorry.
I'm not about to
edit that out.
No, I'm gonna leave it in there and just boo you.
I just play.
No, I feel you, but you know, I get it, I know, but I do. The reason I was saying this because I don't think it's ever okay, but I understand for somebody who is. Well, let's just go forward. Let's go forward because let's talk about the last bars where he said we go through episodes 2 like Attack of the Clones. We work till we break a bag and you hear the crack of the bone. So and this is all just to get by. This ain't even to get ahead. And that's the part that I don't think people really thought about in this song. All this stuff that he talking about they doing is just to get him by. It ain't to get him rich. It ain't to get ahead. And that's the only part that I say, okay, I can kind of say I get it. Because if a person is hungry and they mama working they back till you hear the crack of the bone and they still hungry, then they might get a sack.
No, I was just gonna say from my perspective on that, if we're keeping it within the black community, I think in a lot of black households, like they might live in the hood and have, the house might be a certain way, they might be bringing in a certain income, but there's always some type of some unnecessary luxury there too. In most cases.
Absolutely.
Now I'm from Detroit. I can literally drive past a house in a trap. That's actually a bando, an abandoned house in Detroit, but there will be a brand new it'll be a brand new Hellcat right there in the driveway. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I get it. But if you can buy this,
that ain't to get by.
$60,000 to $80,000 car, if not $100,000 car, why is your crib not together? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
why is everything else not together? You know what I'm saying? And I think that kind of goes on the fact that we feel like we're behind mentally, so we try to put ourselves out there visually that like we got it, like we're still keeping up with the Joneses.
That's what
getting the
it
latest
is.
Gucci belt, getting the latest shoes, even sometimes even purchasing a home or a car, getting that car note. Exactly.
Because you and we said this on last week's episode. I think it was last week when the preacher told the Negroes on the block, your problem is you would rather look rich than be rich. But it's also that they trying to convince somebody else of their worth.
Exactly.
The lady said it best when she talked about Jay-Z. When Jay-Z was just a millionaire, had a couple million, he had on so much jewelry, it looked like it was weighing him down. When he crept up to the billions, he don't got on no jewelry no more because everybody's already convinced. So that's why everybody already know what I'm worth. So now he don't feel like he got to prove it. I think the problem is we got to start training these kids at a young age of what their worth is, and then they won't think that they can put on worth. I tell people all the time, whatever you put on, you got to take that off. But if you build up some sense of self and worth within, you got that no matter what. This little piece right here is say, we commute to computers, spirit stays mute while your ego spreads rumor. We're survivalists, turn to consumers. Man, let me tell you something. Talib is spitting.
We went there.
Talk about those bars, KC.
Man, commute to computers. First, you can look at that a few different ways. That's going to your job every day, going to a job where you sit in front of a computer on a daily, or even if you know what I'm saying, just moving to a computer where you scamming, whatever the case may be, scan or going to a computer or some type of electronic device just to be on social media, whatever the case may be. Commute to computers, still being in that same everyday, you know, attached to your electronic. Spirit stays mute while your ego spread rumors. I feel like that speaks exactly to social media. Yeah. Literally, your soul is ugly. You're not doing anything to really make your soul and your spirit make you a real better person, but you're putting it out there like you're living, like we talked before, getting some type of luxury or doing something to make it seem like you're living this lifestyle that you aren't. It's because of your ego. Yeah, survivalists turn to consumers, basically going from keeping just necessities to literally buying excessive material, being materialistic. Which is very, very.
We're some of the most materialistic people you ever gonna come across. We are the number one consumers of all things expensive. I ain't gonna say all things, but most things.
There you go.
But how do you think we went from, as Black people in the 50s, being these frugal, penny-wise people, because we weren't always like this, into being the number one consumers?
You want me to give you some real content, Playmon?
Go ahead. I want you
content.
Give it to me.
Integration of Black people and white people destroyed us. Bow. Now we're trying to keep up with the Joneses, with people who had hundreds of years of a head start.
Bow.
Now we're trying to be with them because they said, "Oh, you can play baseball with us. Oh, you could do that. You can live in our neighborhood."
Come on.
A few of y'all in there. Now we got a few of us saying. Now we got the rest of us saying, "Oh, he made it. They made it. They're living this lifestyle. I want to be there too." Not knowing that there's gatekeepers. Not knowing that that's just an image. But also, just like I said, it's marketing also. They market these things to us because they know that we'll also do the job also as influencers to the rest of the world. So
let me tell you something.
Integration. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. Listen, you know, I tread lightly sometimes. Sometimes I jump in the water. This is what I said just a few weeks ago when we was talking about Black people can't get together and co-op. And I was like, that's a lie. We've done it. We've done it before. Well, how do you think Black Wall Street that everybody likes to talk about, how do you think that came to be? That was Black cooperation. That was sharing of resources. That was loaning of money. That was giving ideas, and they destroyed it. And what happened? The reason why we can't build that again is because now We trying to be a part of their world.
Man.
We want to be a part of their world, so we'll never build another Black Wall Street because we too busy trying to get on their street. And they knew if we let a couple of them in, that's all it'll take to end all that cooperation. Because now they gonna be so busy focused on being a part of us, they're not gonna share the resources or that. Man, you saying exactly what I just said, man. I mean, I just said that, but I'm not saying that I think that Black and white people shouldn't coexist.
I'm not saying that either.
I'm just saying that if we want our resources and our money to do what we wanted to do, it may take us being more like them.
Yeah. See, when we were forced to be in our own community and do things upon ourselves, we forced ourselves to become doctors. We forced ourselves to become lawyers, business owners of all different goods and services that we need. Once we became integrated, we said, "Oh, we don't need to be a doctor. Yeah, we can go to that. That's the good doctor anyway." So, like you said, it's not to say that there's nothing bad with white people, Black people, none of that stuff. But facts, those are the facts, literally.
Those are the facts.
When we were separated, we had our own community. We had to be business owners of those magnitudes. But now it's different because we feel like they got
somebody else will do it. They got it.
What it is, yeah.
Listen, this is why I want you on. This is exactly why I want you on here. But right now, we have to take a quick commercial break. Move over, Garrett's Popcorn. There's a new sheriff in town. Papa Bear's Gourmet Popcorn is popping up all around the Chicago area, and they have a delightful treat just for you. They offer a variety of popcorn flavors from cheddar, caramel, toffee, spicy, and on and on and on. Right in Matson, Illinois, this Black-owned popcorn company is on the rise. To place your orders, call 312-383-1182 or email papabear148@gmail.com. That's POPPABEAR148@gmail.com. That's Papa Bear Gourmet Popcorn, popping up in a city near you. All right, Macintosh. We just about in the right time frame. Let's look at the second part of this song. So I'm gonna play the second part of it. Then we're gonna come back and chop it up.
Gotcha.
Just to get by. So safe for shizzle for sheezy and stay crunk. It's easy to pull a breezy, smoke trees and we stay drunk. Yo, our activism attacking the system. The blacks and Latins in prison, numbers in prison. They victim black in the vision. Shit, and all they got is rapping to listen to. I let them know we missing you. The love is unconditional. Even when the condition is critical, when the living is miserable, your position is pivotal. I ain't bullshitting you now. Why would I lie? Just to get by, just to get by, to get fly. The TV got us reaching for stars, not the ones between Venus and Mars. The ones to be reading from hearts. The people get breast enhancements and penis enlarger. Saturday, Sunday, Sunday morning at the feet of the Father. They need something to rely on. We get high on all types of drugs when all you really need is love to get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. My pants sing like John Lennon. Imagine all the people watch me rock like Paul McCartney from now until the last Beatle drop. This morning I woke up feeling brand new and I jumped up feeling my highs and my lows and my soul and my goals. Just to stop smoking and stop drinking. Lately I'm thinking I got my reasons just to get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. Yo. Some people cry and some people try just to get by for a piece of the pie. We love to eat and get high. We deceive and we lie, and we keeping the fly. Yo, when the people decide to keep disguise, you can't see the eyes, see the evil inside. The best people you find, stronger feeble in mind. I stay reading inside. Yo. Some people cry, some people try just to get by for a piece of the pie. We love to eat and get high. We deceive and we lie, and we keeping the fly. Yo, when people decide to keep disguise, you can't see the eyes, see the evil inside. The best people you find, stronger feeble in mind. stay reading the sign. Yup.
Hey, all right now. Preach,
Woo.
brother.
Man, I love that song so much. I don't care he be talking, but let me see. Let me ask you this, Casey, because we've been kind of focused on the financial or that things that we can touch and feel. When he come out and he say we keep it gangster, say for shizzle, for sheezy, and stay crunk, it's easy to pull a breezy, smoke trees and stay drunk. Getting by is more than just having financial resources, right?
Mm-hmm.
You heard people say sometimes you got to laugh to keep from crying. So people use laughter to get by. People use all sorts of things just to cope. We are a top consumer of alcohol.
Yep.
Do you think those types of things are just ways that we trying to cope with some of the bad situations that some of our people find themselves in?
Hell no. I think everybody is in their own world. I'll be honest. I've went to work drunk, buzzing, high before. You do it because you're going to the same job that you've been going to for however many long. You're dealing with these same people that you tired of, that you got to put on a mask for. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like it ain't necessarily you thinking, oh, my people going through it, so let me.
No, I meant for your own self. Not,
okay, well, yeah.
No,
I mean,
not
either way it go. I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, getting down to a more subjective perspective though. Like everybody's thinking, like, yo, I just want to get through the day. I just want to be able to get through these 8 hours, 10 hours, or even 12-hour shifts and get back to the crib so I could do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So getting drunk, getting high kind of get you by. It just lets you just be able to numb everything out and just get through without, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you, Casey, I tell people, I used to tell my son this. Yeah, when I first started drinking and stuff, it may have been for fun, because it was a fun thing to do, and we started drinking young, me and my friends. We was drinking way too. So, trying to be grown and stuff. But I said, what usually happens is life. And when life started lifing,
man,
that drink turned from fun to I need this.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I need this drink.
That's a whole fact.
And that's just the thing about it. And that's why I say, shoot, it's unfortunate because a lot of the times, well, all the time, usually, if that's what you're using it for, the reason it becomes a cycle is because when you sober up, everything is the same and you feel the same. So you try to keep that cycle going, and it's a tough thing. He said this. He said the blacks and Latins in prison numbers have risen. They victim black in the vision, and all they got is rapping to listen to, right? So when we think about this, I'm big on this, and I know I've had some music that I put out that was, not helpful in the past, But do you think, and everybody don't think so, do you think we should be more mindful as artists of the things that we say, knowing that it's being pumped to the kids in hopeless situations? Or do you think it's expression and you should just express freely?
Express freely. I don't want nobody telling me what I can and cannot talk about.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said, Casey.
Come on with the question. Let's go.
I said, do you think we as artists, not from an outside influence, but just our own selves, our own moral compass, do you think we should use that and be mindful that what we're putting out is being distributed to these people? Not that somebody else is forcing you to do it. At what point do we say, listen, I hate to keep picking on this, but I just loathe it so much. Drill music, right? These are usually young people, real young people that, maybe don't have that foresight because that part of their brain ain't developed yet. But when I see big grown 30-year-old rappers, I'm thinking to myself, now you ought to have more in here than to just put out something so reckless. Do you agree or no?
I disagree.
You can. No, you don't have to
I
agree.
disagree, Play Ma. Let me
Why?
tell you this. Like I said, my answer initially was right. I don't want nobody, like you said, not necessarily telling me what to do, but I want to put out what I feel. It is art at the end of the day. Now, let me be honest with you. At one point in my life, even actually when I was younger, probably in my teenage years when I first started rapping, I was thinking, we need to change the way these artists putting out this garbage and this blah, 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 these kids and blah, blah, blah. But then as I get older, trust me, and I worked in radio, in hip hop radio, I should say. You can cut your radio off. I don't know if anybody knows this, but you can cut that motherfucker off. The Spotify on your phone, like it's an Apple, it's green with the. You cannot listen to that motherfucker either, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't worked in radio and hip hop in a little bit over a year. I probably listened to maybe 4 full hours of terrestrial radio since then. I don't even listen to it. I barely listen to music in general. Saying all this to say, you ain't gotta listen to that.
Wait a minute though.
Taylor Swift. You can listen.
Why forget about the adult? Forget about the adult, KC.
Okay.
There's kids, and this is what I think people don't. They don't understand. And you got a kid. Your kid is still kind of small though. But when these kids is coming up, and they get in their hands, and they at school, and and this music is getting into their hands, they don't have the ability to decipher that. They exploring the world. And I'm not saying you should not say what you feel. I'm just saying at some point, especially if it's fake. Now you out here putting out this stuff, and that ain't even your life. That ain't what you feel. You mimicking something that you think is cool. You ain't none of that. You the problem. Them is the people that's the problem. That's not even your inner self. That's not your inner thoughts. That's not what your life is. You lying. And then you lying and putting something destructive. Whereas this one over here may be really going through that. And that's just his existence. I can understand that more than your old lying, fake thug, got a key in the back, got 2 bodies here, rolling up, smoking on this one. Man, get out of here, man. That ain't your life. That ain't your expression. You faking.
Every single thing you see on TV is fake. Everything. So why does a rapper or an artist have to be any different? You don't have to live. And for the kids,
you don't have to do nothing.
It really comes down to the principles installed in the kids. Their environment also. I agree. I'm gonna say this though. This is what I want to say. As a parent, you do your best to lead your child. Hey man, this music, this type of artistry, it's only fake. They're only doing this for money. You listen to it for the entertainment value. That's it. Your kid's either gonna take that and run with it and take that as law, or they're gonna be like, it is what it is. They really about that life. I want to be about that life too. If that's the case, it probably is what it is, unfortunately. Yes, I got a young child too. And like I said, I barely listen to music in general. But when I listen to music around him, I'm listening to Easy 93.3. I'm listening to hip hop. I'm listening to a mixture of stuff. And I'm also expressing to him, even at the age of 2, yo, this is entertainment, bro. So I'm telling them behind the scenes.
Saying it. You gotta keep saying it, because what I do know is that a kid's friend group is gonna be more influential on them than you are.
You really can't control your child regardless. Kind of getting to the music thing. You can't control what they listen to, what they consume, period. You can only
if I listen to you, KC, you don't think nobody have any, I don't like to use the word obligation, but nobody has any responsibility to anybody else in the world.
That I don't want to say nobody. We talking about entertainment. We're talking about entertainment. That's a luxury in life. That's not a necessity whatsoever. Let's be honest. That's entertainment. You don't have to consume it at all. You can live your life without it, to be honest with you. So,
I don't necessarily agree with that, because it's everywhere.
Music, but that specific type of music, you can listen to hip hop and it ain't got to be bang bang shoot 'em up, or you can not.
You keep talking about the mature mind, though. I'm thinking more. I'm not even talking about grown, anybody grown. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about for the sake of a generation. We got kids. Let's take music out of it. We got kids that's playing these dumb video games and thinking that guns is a joke. Get a gun and think it's for play. Like somebody gonna jump up and come back to life afterward. And they really think that because they consuming that. And I do think parents have an obligation to make sure, to try and make sure. But like you say, you can't be with kids all the time. And I think some of these artists that making this money off of us, the consumer, we got to start holding people responsible. The game makers, I personally think that, yeah, you can do what you want to do, but it's always consequences. It's just like they say, you can get on Twitter and call people niggers and everything, but just know that you could lose your job behind it. You're free to do it, but it should be consequences to all of this stuff. That's just my thought on that.
See, and just to kind of bring it around, I'm gonna just say this. My son, once again, is 2. I'm teaching him early.
That's a legal gun.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm doing is I'm teaching him early about it. It ain't no gun, it's a firearm. Daddy uses it for safety. He doesn't even go near it anyway. He'll point to it and say firearm from afar. And as he gets older, I tell him, hey, bro, this ain't nothing to play with. So it's a toss up. I think we do our best as parents to install the principles. And if they go beyond that and explore, it is what it is.
This is what I say, though. And this goes back to Black people used to have a more cooperative mindset. And now we don't. It's me and mine. I'm teaching mine. I'm teaching mine. I'm showing mine. Well, guess what? Yours got to go out in the world with theirs. Yeah. And if we don't start thinking more collectively on ways to make sure that we all can, and we know we're not going to get everybody, but if we just at least have a mindset that is not just about me and mine, because me and mine have to live in the world with you and yours. Yeah. No, and so, so if we could think more like we did back then, I think all of these issues would get markedly better. I just do. But you know, I guess I think a little differently too, Casey. Let me ask you this.
We're here to have that critical thinking conversation.
Yeah.
With it. Come on, let's go.
Let me ask you this though, because this is so true right here. He said the TV got us reaching for stars, not the ones between Venus and Mars, the ones that be reading for parts. We ain't got no goals above what we see on TV, what they doing. It don't teach us, TV don't teach you to aspire to something that's great. It teach you be like that person. It don't teach you really nothing of substance. It don't. What do you think about that?
I'll say in that sense, and especially if we're keeping it to the Black community still.
Always on behind bars, Casey. That's all we talk about.
I feel but a lot of us are in the bottom, and if we see somebody else trying to make it, you know, some people will hate and try to drag them back down. But overall, I think it's more of the fact that, like I said earlier, the gatekeepers are showcased these very few and far in between people who are the outliers of our community who made it, quote unquote, and say, hey, you can make it too doing this. And more than likely, shown in our community, it's rapper, it's actor, athlete, it's entertainment, athlete, you know what I'm saying? Something of that nature. So
you so right.
If we were all born in a middle-class home and our father was engineer and our mother was a principal at a school, we would probably look at it as, I don't have to make it out the hood. I could just go out and get a regular.
Because you ain't in it.
Correct.
So
with the people that's in the hood, in the community, I think it's marketed to show that you can make it out, but you got to make it this way.
And again, I bring it right back to us. And I know people don't like Dr. Umar, but I do. I don't like everything that he say.
Dr.
But I like a lot of what he say. And one of the problems is those that aren't the actors and the athletes and the rappers and stuff, when they move out of the community and never come back, then they don't see that. And so my uncle just passed, rest in peace, Jow. Um, and I always, when he would come home and be over there shooting horseshoes and stuff I would always tell my son and all of them, listen, that man made his first million in 2012. He don't know how to play basketball. He can't rap. He ain't never sold dope.
Yeah.
He was a living, breathing example right out of that little city of South Haven
Mm-hmm.
that you don't have to do none of that to make a meal. You don't have to do none of that to live comfortably. You know what I mean? And
There you
so
go.
if people keep fleeing the hood and never come back, then that's all they gonna see is the drug dealers and the rappers on TV and the ball players. They're not gonna see the doctor because the doctor don't never come back. He became a doctor and we ain't seen him since. He moved to what's that place in LA? Simi Valley. To Simi Valley or Brentwood or somewhere, and they ain't seen him since. But how about this? Do you think we focus too much on people and not enough on ideas? You know why I asked it?
Explain, please.
So, it was a thing going around. I don't know who originally said it. They said, broke people talk about people, middle class people talk about events, and rich people talk about ideas.
Right.
And when I sat and I thought about it, I was like, that's kind of true. But I get why though, kinda. But just because I get it don't mean that it's how it should be.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because I can understand something don't mean that's how it should be. I just want to know what was your thoughts on that.
Now that you explained the context of it, no, I think there's a lot of truth. I think there's a lot of truth to that in the Black community. There's a lot of truth to that, and it really come down to social media. And I don't want to be the person that blames social media. Oh, social media.
It's a problem, though.
No, social media is a tool.
No, I'm talking about people's use and people's
correct.
Yeah,
correct.
It's a problem.
It's just like any other inanimate object. It has no value if you don't use it. But if you use it, it depends on how you use it. So people get on it and start spreading rumors or talking mess or looking for the drama or talking about this voting stuff or the economy, politics, religion. And when you're talking about that, you're really just distracting yourself from the bigger picture, which is ideas, fresh ideas, things that's going to generate and produce. It's about production versus consumption. Ultimately, you're consuming information that's not really helping you versus actually consuming information that can help you produce or just going out and produce
it. You know what? Little young fella was on here, Charlie G. He said that. He said, I don't consume a lot of content. I be focused on creating my own and putting something out that I think could be helpful. Oh man, I like that. It's about producing and not always consuming. That's good. We getting ready to go into this trivia, but I don't want to ask this question. He says some people cry, some people try just to get by for a piece of the pie. We love to eat and get high. We deceive when we lie, but we keeping it fly. So, what is you can answer this, you don't have to, but what is one of the worst things that you've done just to get by?
Worst things I've done just to get by.
Something that you like, man, I hate that I had to do that. Or maybe something you was ashamed of doing.
I'm trying to think. I've donated plasma. I don't know which one you would consider more embarrassing, donating plasma or giving bottles and coins back. I don't know. But other than that,
was you just at your wits' end? You can't think of nothing real bad because I know you come from a middle class household.
I'm trying to think.
Them college years can be rough though. Sometimes in college, I don't care what kind of background you're from. It seemed like you just blow through all the money. Like,
but in college though, there's a lot of different programs and benefits and things that help out college students that you don't get in the average world. College student discounts. If you do this, you get this free type stuff. Sign up for this. So it's a lot of different crutches in college, and then you get college refunds and all that other type.
I used the wrong crutch in college. You know what that was?
Talk about it.
Back when I was in college, they used to mail you credit cards. That all you had to do was literally activate. You didn't have to do nothing but activate it.
It was. I ain't gonna say it was that easy, but it was almost just like that. Me coming up too. Now I never really did that credit card stuff. That was one of them principles that was installed in me.
Right.
I can't. I'm not trying to touch no credit card, especially at that age. So I was watching everybody else do that. There's a whole bunch of different stuff when I think about installed in me that I didn't do then, or whatever. But overall, it was a lot of that going on. I just wasn't there with that though. But I'd probably say just donating plasma, taking bottles back.
Don't they know that we need plasma though? Because they done made it a bad thing, KC. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of these things that they need, that Black people be needing, it be in short supply because it ain't a lot of people getting it. So it was like,
I used to donate blood a lot when I was interning at Trelleborg. Like I'm talking about every time they came, I donated blood, and that was for free, or I get a cookie. Once I found out I could donate and some juice and get bread, I was like, man.
And we need it.
Man, what?
You're so stupid, man. Take the arm. I'm scared of needles, man. I'm just scared of needles. I was supposed to go the other day to get some blood work done, and I went. They couldn't get it. I was like, I'm out of here. You failed the first few times. Listen, before we get to this trivia, I want to play something. Okay. And then I want you to come back and tell me a little bit about it.
Let's go. Yeah, hold on. Wait. Almost had it right here. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah. Testing.
Yeah, KC. Living life in the G. You live and you learn. Play with the fire, get burned. Respect is harder to earn. You gotta grind hard if you trying to eat, cuz you either bar rap or you just a street thug. Till you meet me, cuz you know I took the school route. My flow nice, you would thought I bought a new house. Dudes out now sounding like, but I ain't the same. This kid's looking up to me like I'm flying the plane. I'm in the booth making hits while you trying to aim. I'm just rhyming for respect, I don't aspire to fame. I'm tired of lame, that's why I won't change like a liberal. Put my CD in your car and bang it through your stereos. My music is a drug, I'm a thug with the minerals. Grounded like tennis shoes and touched with my spiritual fresh on the scene in the nigga on chill mode. May not be the realest, but a nigga is original. Raised as a gentleman, bad as the criminal. I walk with a stack, so I grab with my genitals. You mad cause I'm lyrical? Not up on that stud shit. My team in the league, you behind like a stuffed face. Above other guys, and the stars couldn't touch this. Hey, motherfuck this. I said my mind playing tricks on me. My mind is. Yeah, that shit was supposed to drop, bro. Don't matter.
My heart hurt, but it beats, so gotta patch it up. Can't expose it, cause society will snatch it up. Saying you mad, but they just like a catheter, sucking the life out of you. But women, I ain't mad at you. Everything you stated was correlation to madness, but don't take for granted this havoc developed action. Rocking from the beginning, but avid to satisfaction. I managed to keep a cap on my passion and steady scrapping. You lacking what's in my gene, I've established that you ain't seen. Never heard of, but deserve what knowledge, so let me acknowledge that you ain't deep. Listen to a G, by the looks of it, you forgot the mission was the thing.
Yeah. KC. DJ. That's my little cousin.
First of all, KC, I gotta give you props for jumping on the Scarface beat.
Yeah.
You get mad props for that. Listen, no, for real, because That's a legendary beat. And I ain't heard too many people try to rap over that beat.
Oh man.
But you did good. You did good. I said this gotta be when he was in college. The red cups.
Yeah.
My man had a fade. KC ain't had a fade and I don't know how long.
Actually, that was fresh out of college. That was a little bit after college, but yeah, it was some good
golden years right there. Yeah. Who's in that video?
That was when we was at the crib in Detroit on 7 Mile and Grand River, man. Shout out to the D dog. That was me and my man's DJ, my little cuz from the hood. My little brother was in there. He was shooting it. Shout out to my brother 40 Kyle. And I think I forgot my boy was in there too. But they was just around chilling at the time.
Right.
But that was one of them songs. That was in the time where we just wanted to rap. So I had a microphone and everything. We was recording stuff in my closet. So I found the beat, but I produced the song, put it together, mixed it or whatever. Horrible audio. I'm mad you chose that song, but you can hear my verse great, by the way.
Listen, I was gonna say though, but that was a good verse though.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm listening to him like, she chose this one. I'm just when you listen to your old work, you be like, but then I heard the lyrics, I was like, man, I was snapping. So I just hope everybody
that was a
heard
really good verse.
Thank you. But yeah, that was a good time. That was, there's a few different songs where we was like, I like this beat, I can go off of it, and that's what we did though. Yep, that's from the.
But that was not an easy beat. You gotta know how to rap to beats like that. You know what I mean? You gotta understand rap. Like I know people think they can rap and because they rap on stuff and it sound good, but you can tell if somebody really know how to rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good.
If that makes sense, yeah. So what year was that?
Man, that might have been between 2012 and 2014.
Oh, okay.
That time. Yeah, yep.
Well, Macintosh, how come I ain't know you rapped?
Man, that's very, very interesting. For some reason, I started rapping. I was like, I wrote a rap a long time ago, but I started rapping like when my boys taking it serious at like 17, 18. But
okay,
I liked it. I still love it. I still writing it. I still love writing. I still love recording and all that. I love the creative part. But at a certain age, certain point in my life, like that part of my life, I was a little bit of ashamed, or I at least didn't want to show my family. I didn't want my family to know. And I'm gonna be honest, it was really like my South Haven side of the family. This is more of my religious. We all go to church together. So I don't want them to know I'm out here rapping about the hood rats.
You know how many people was rapping in your family?
I get it. No, I know. But here's the thing though.
They couldn't say nothing
about drugs and street stuff. I wasn't doing that. I just still was like, nah, I don't really necessarily need them to know about this side of me. Now, that's not to say a few people didn't know. Nick knew, a few of the cousins knew.
Right.
They heard my stuff.
That's because we just looked at you like this nice, wholesome college kid.
Precisely.
And you didn't want to you still wanted to be the golden boy. I
let people take whatever image of me that they want and run with it. It is what it is. But
you was that though.
Yeah, no.
Just because you was rapping don't mean you wasn't that. You was that.
Yeah, no, you spot on with it. But ultimately, I just wasn't promoting it. And when I look back, I regret that because I get so many people that say, yo, that was fire, bro. That was fire, bro. And I'm talking about strangers. And I'd be like, dang, I should have put more of an effort towards putting this out there. So, it was a good time in my life. Not to say that I won't go back to it, but yeah, it was fun.
Do you ever go into the studio now, like like I'll jump in the studio if every now and then just for the art of it, you know what I mean? Do you ever do that?
I have. The last time I did it was about a year and a half ago when I recorded my latest 2 songs, Juice and Hands and Knees.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so fun. It was so.
I heard that Hands on Knees. I said, "What Macintosh?"
It was like my soul. Like when I get in there and I get to record, and then I hear it back and it sounds good. It's such a euphoric feeling. It's crazy. It's so therapeutic. It's so therapeutic. I haven't done it in a while, but I keep telling my boy who make beats, who I linked up with. I like, bro, we gotta. I'll pay for it, but we gotta do like another 4-hour block. I just gotta go back and just do it, bro. So I'll probably be doing it sooner than later, getting back in there to do it. But you right, like just getting in that booth for creative, like myself and you. It feels so good being in that booth.
It do. I was just in there a couple weeks back. My little brother Rob is trying to put together this song, and he was like, he wanted me to do a verse on. I was like, yeah, I'll do a verse. I catch heat for all this stuff, KC. I just be doing it anyway. I'm like, whatever. Yeah, I'll get on there. I went to the studio. Turns out it was the studio that Juice WRLD recorded that Lucid Dreams in. So I'm in there. Yeah, so I'm in there and I look on the wall and I'm like, who plaque is this? Like, and then I look closer and I'm not real familiar with him, but I do know, when he passed, that's what made me kind of know who he was. But I was like, man, it ain't nothing like putting them headphones on and standing behind.
Just going.
And then you watch the engineer and the engineer face light up. You're like, yeah, I still got it. I still got it.
Real talk.
No, but I did like that. So shout out to you for that. But now you know what I got to do. I got to do you like I do everybody else. I got to put you on the hot seat, sir.
Ooh.
I got to put you on the hot seat. You got to answer these questions, KC. Now, I like to help people, but I don't want you to make me work too hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's only 4 questions, and it's a chance to put $10 per question in the jackpot. The questions are surrounding Talib Kweli, and I'm hoping that you get these. Let's go.
Let's go.
Question number 1. What is the name of the group Talib was a part of?
Black Star.
That's
it.
He on back with it, boy. You ain't kidding. Okay, I'm glad you talking stuff. We ain't gonna even hold. We gonna keep it moving. Name the other member of the group Black Star.
What we doing? What we doing?
That's what I like. You ain't gonna make me sweat.
I'm not even a Talib fan.
Hey, but listen, you might be a closet fan. I'm sensing that. You're a closet fan. Question number 3. You ain't gonna get this one. What's Talib Kweli's last name?
Oh man.
It's a color.
Kweli. It's Kweli. What you mean? You don't try to throw me that crazy question. That's for a super fan. You know I ain't no super fan.
It's a color. I gave you a hint. What?
He looked like his name is Green. Oh my money, he looked like a green.
You know what? I like you. Boy, you killing it. Listen, you about to sweep the board.
Wow.
Listen, you don't know how hard I usually have to work to get people to get the right answer. Now listen, shoot.
The right one today.
I got the right one now. Last question. This is easy too. Who is the producer of Get By?
Hold on. Let me just think about that beat.
You got this.
Oh, no. I'm just gonna say Swiss Beats. I don't know. I really don't know. Other than that, I want to say Freeway for some reason.
Think about how that song sound. It got a very distinct sound. You know who produced that.
I know it ain't Swiss Beats.
No.
Kanye? It was a Kanye beat.
Hey! Kanye!
I should have known that was Kanye.
You get the points for that. You get the points for that.
Okay, yeah.
You get the points for that. Y'all, listen here. Mr. KC done swept the board on this evening.
Yeah.
We put $40 in the jackpot. Thanks to Mr. KC McIntosh. Man, I really enjoyed talking to you, sir. You got to come back on, KC. You got to come back. You got to come back again.
Hey, listen, thank you for having me on Play Mile. What they got to say now? Detroit players spitting like 8 Mile. Come from a different
Detroit.
spot, like a FaceTime. Let's go, baby. We right here, man. Hey, listen, thank you for having me. I'm gonna have you on my show too. Kick It with KC MC, Team Elite Media on YouTube, man. Make sure y'all
You
subscribe
got
to that.
to, man.
If you
Don't
watching
nobody never
now,
want me
hit
on.
the like button.
You
And subscribe.
you gotta tell the people everything you got going on before you get out of here. Okay,
Sure. You know, Kick It with KCMC on social media. That's just the abbreviations. KIWKCMC. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all that. Team Elite, also show some love to my brand. Team Elite 313 on all social media. TEAMELITE 313. Also subscribe, like, hit the alert button on YouTube. Team Elite Media. We got my show Kick It with KC. I do sports, music, movies, news segments, and we got my boy Uncle KG who got his show Unk Talk on there, man. So check it out. You can follow with me, everything right there, all that other good stuff.
That's what I'm talking about. And KC, follow up with me. I would love to come on y'all's show.
Oh, for sure.
I would love to. Y'all give it up one last time for Mr. KC. Ha! I knew he was gonna kill it. I knew he was gonna bring the fire. That's all the time we have this week. Y'all listen. Make sure y'all follow up with KC, Team Elite. Follow him on all platforms. Go to YouTube and subscribe to his YouTube channel. This is a brilliant content creator. It's a lot of people creating content, but he's somebody that's creating quality content. Like I said, he's a critical thinker. So y'all make sure y'all tune in with him. Give it up one more time for him. And don't forget, tomorrow, 8 p.m., The Block 105 Radio, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Central Time. Also, remember this episode will be available Tuesday morning on iHeart, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon. And make sure that you follow him Behind Bars on all platforms. Thank you so much for tuning in again with Behind Bars, the podcast that goes behind the bars of local as well as international artists and discusses the culture in real time. Because as I always say, a life lived, it's a bar. We out.
Lego. Lego.
Play.
Yeah. Big bags, big checks all summer with a big bag. Big checks all summer with a bad bag. She a gangster and a woman, she get real classy. Waivers needed no discussion, she get real nasty. For real when out I'm on it. Big bags, big checks all summer. Big bags, big checks all summer with a bad bag. She a gangster and a woman.
Big bags, big coops all summer. Your man's bumming, hit him with a bag of something. Big gun.
Play.